This week we have a new moon in transformational Scorpio, and Mercury, ruler of the mental realm, is moving into inspirational Sagittarius. All of this, an empowered moment and more in my new intuitive energy forecast for the week of Monday, October 28th through Sunday, November 3rd, 2024. Stay tuned. Hello everyone, this is Colleen Lemma, starseed astrologer and spiritual messenger from Sacred Soul Empowerment, here to do your weekly intuitive energy forecast. For this week's message, we're going to be using the Psychic Tarot by John Holland. This will be the main message for everyone. And your special message card this week, depending on your stone of choice, is going to be coming from the 22 Archangel Oracle deck by Kyle Gray. So before we get into our stones of choice or the astrology for the week, let's go ahead, settle in, and do an empowered moment. So asking everyone to close your eyes, taking a deep breath, and as you exhale, relaxing your body and clearing your mind. Visualizing golden white light all around you. Golden white light of source God energy, all that is. Unconditional love, guidance, healing, and protection. And taking in a deep, intentional breath, breathing that into every cell of your body. As you exhale, letting go of all that your body, mind, and soul no longer needs in this moment. This week we have a new moon, which is an aspect of new beginnings and planting new seeds. And this new moon is in the sign of Scorpio. So we have new beginnings in the realm of scorpionic energies, which is all about death and rebirth, transformation and regeneration, transmutation and renewal. So what in your life would you like to release and let go? And what in your life would you like to give new life to? This is the aspect of death and rebirth. Perhaps it's a situation that's long overdue and it's time of moving on from. Or perhaps it's a mindset or belief system that we need to transform and release. Whatever that is, that feeling, that emotion, that perspective, that belief system, that circumstance or situation, whatever that is that you'd like to release and let go, hold that firmly in your mind right now. And if you're not sure if you want to actually release a situation, then envision or feel the energy that surrounds it that you'd like to release. And give that energy a form, a shape, a color. Maybe it even has a smell. And take that energy in the palms of your hands and hand it to the angels. Hand it to the healers of the highest vibration of light. Allow them to take that up and away into the higher realms of universe source, where it can be transformed and transmuted into something of a higher energy, a higher vibration. And now envision in your mind's eye what feeling or emotion, what thought or perception or perspective, what belief system, or what situation or circumstance you'd like to create or give birth to or rebirth in your life. And see or feel or sense this energy clearly and give it a shape or a color or form. Maybe it's totally an image or picture in your mind. And as you see or sense or feel or just know what that new energy is, send that out into the universe by either handing it to the angels of the highest vibration of light or taking in a deep breath, and as you breathe in, giving that energy life and vitality. And as you exhale, you can blow it out into the universe as an intention to be made manifest during this new moon. And when you're complete and done with that process, thank the angels and healers of the highest vibration of light, and thank your higher soul self. Thank the higher realms. Thank Source God, Universe, for assisting in this process of death and rebirth in your life. Taking one last deep healing, cleansing, balancing breath, and as you exhale, and in your own time, you can open your eyes, return to this time and place and space. And let's get ready to look at your stones of choice for this week's special message card. So the first stone of choice is this dragon's blood. These are all special intention pendants. You can find them on my website, Sacred Soul Empowerment, this and many, many more to choose from. This dragon's blood jasper is actually wrapped in gold wire, and it's Reiki infused with the qualities or energy of the number 9. The number to open the heart chakra to universal love and dissolve all fears of the past. It also has infused into it the number 8, number of courage, inner strength, and standing in one's personal power and truth. The sign of Libra is infused into this to bring balance to the masculine and feminine energies within oneself. This one has also the activation and balancing of all of the chakras, activation of the Kundalini energy, and the energies of Archangel Michael for protection, releasing lower energies, and to help us move forward on our destiny path. It also has the connection to the mythical realm of the dragons. So let's set that one down and let's look at stone number 2 here. I guess I felt like I was in a green mood today. I guess green for healing the heart chakra, but this is dark green jade. And this dark green jade is wrapped in silver wire and Reiki charged with the vibration of master number 11, number of the light worker, and number of leadership, confidence, and blessings. The qualities of Jupiter, planet of expansion, abundance, luck, and faith. The qualities of the earth element for focus and manifestation. And this one also has Archangel Michael's energies infused into it for protection and guidance. And then our last stone of choice, and yes, it is green, is beautiful ruby zoisite. Looks a little bit like the dragon's blood, but it is a little different. So the ruby zoisite, this is wrapped in silver wire, Reiki charged with the vibration of the number 1 for courage and strength, and the number 6 for growth and fertility. The energies of the planet Neptune, planet of increased spiritual awareness and psychic abilities. The energies of the sign of Leo for joy, confidence, passion, and zest for life. The activation of the root chakra for stability and security, as well as the activation of the heart chakra for self-love and self-esteem. This one has the energies of Archangel Raphael for emotional healing and Archangel Michael for courage and movement forward on one's path. So again, your stones of choice for the week is the Dragon's Blood Jasper, the dark green jade, and the ruby zoisite. You know, there's a little bit of a glare there. All right, so let's go ahead and talk about the energies for the week, astrologically speaking. And there's a lot going on, so I'm going to try to move through this at a quick pace. On Monday, the 28th of October, we've got Mars the Warrior in the watered down sign of Cancer. Now, you know, Mars is a fiery planet. Again, it's in this water sign of Cancer, so he's not as warrior-like as he usually is. And on Monday, he connects with Neptune. This is a positive connection, a trine, to Neptune that rules the spiritual realm. It rules transcendence. It rules fantasy, it rules illusion. And this being a positive aspect, I just feel like the energy of unconditional love and nurturing, especially when it comes to home, family, community, and those people that we're really close to, there's an activation of all of that. There's an activation of our empathic abilities. There's an activation of our intuition and psychic abilities, and an activation to this loving, nurturing, kind of unconditionally love energy. Also on Monday the 28th, we have Venus, the planet that does rule love and relationships. She's right now in freedom-oriented Sagittarius, but she's challenging Saturn on Monday. And this is a challenging square aspect to Saturn that rules restriction, limitation, karmic lessons. And Saturn does have its positive side. It does rule structure and form and manifestation, but this is a challenging aspect with Saturn. So Venus might feel a little insecure right now in her relationships, or even in her sense of her own independence. There might be some money and financial challenges that come up with this. There might be, a holding back of our liberation energies, kind of like exploring new horizons and being adventurous. And that's kind of, again, squashed a little bit by Saturn's energy, where we feel, again, fearful or held back in some way. There might be some karmic lessons that we're going through in relationship and partnership versus independence and kind of self-sufficiency, if you will. On Wednesday, the 30th, we've got Mercury, the ruler of the mental realm, in the deep, dark depths of Scorpio. So Mercury in Scorpio is very perceptive, very intuitive, very clairsentient, very research-oriented, likes to dig down deep to understand our own psyche as well as maybe other people's motivations as well. And on Wednesday, Mercury is opposing Uranus, and Uranus brings higher awareness. And it brings it in a sudden and quick and unexpected way. There might also be some unexpected, unforeseen communications that are happening with Mercury opposing Uranus. Some people might say something that is out of the ordinary for them, or something that's very blunt and to the point. Again, something maybe that's unusual for that person, or you might be the one that's communicating a truth and being more of your authentic self. On Thursday, the 31st of October, Mercury in Scorpio moves on to make a positive trine connection to Neptune in Pisces. And so this is, again, heightening our intuitive, psychic, and even channeling capabilities. Even Wednesday, with Mercury opposing Uranus, our ability to kind of receive downloads of information, or to be able to channel through communication or even writing certain information. That's very strong for Wednesday and Thursday with Mercury and Scorpio connecting to both Uranus and Neptune. And then on Friday, the 1st of November, we have a new moon in Scorpio at 9 degrees Scorpio. New moons, again, are about new beginnings, and Scorpio energy is a new way of feeling, a new way of sensing, new psychic insights, things that are hidden, that are maybe coming to the surface of our psyche, or things that are hidden coming to the surface of our awareness within the collective, or with relationships with other people. There's a desire to kind of, again, do more research, do more self-reflection, maybe meditation, and to really, again, dig down deep and try to understand what some of these hidden subconscious patterns that we hold and are operating from are all about. Now, that new moon is in a positive connection to Saturn. So this is supporting our ability to, I think, release some karmic energies, some karmic patterns, to restructure certain aspects of our life so that we can move forward into this new beginning in a more productive and grounded way. On the 2nd of November, we're back with Mercury and Scorpio. This time, Mercury and Scorpio will be in a positive trine connection to Mars in Cancer. Mars, again, is the planet of energy, action, and forward movement. He's the warrior planet. Again, he's in the sign of Cancer right now. So this is all about home and family and community, our emotions, our feelings, our capacity to nurture or guide or counsel other people. And this, again, as a positive connection, is supporting communications in the home and family, and supporting even those aha moments and maybe awareness within ourselves of our own family patterns, things that we grew up with and adopted from kind of our parents, our siblings, even as we were a child, other maybe authority figures in our life. And then also on Saturday, after Mercury connects with Mars in that way, because it's at the last degree of Scorpio for Mercury and the last degree of Cancer for Mars, Mercury is going to be going into Sagittarius. So here's Mercury, ruler of speaking, teaching, writing, information, messages, and rules all aspects of the mental realm. And it's moving into, instead of that water sign Scorpio, which is a little bit more quiet and conservative, I guess, in a way, because it's very internal energy. Now it's moving into fire sign Sagittarius. It's inspirational, it's creative, it's psychic, it's prophetic, it's imaginative. It's a very fiery sort of energy. And Mercury is going to be in Sagittarius, get this, all the way until January 8th, because it's going to go into a retrograde motion soon, okay? So Mercury in Sagittarius, it's the beginning of November, and we're going to go through all the month of November and all the month of December and into the first week of January for it being in Sagittarius because of that retrograde motion that will be coming up soon. And then on Sunday, the 3rd of November, we're back to Mars, the planet of energy and action in Cancer, and now it's opposing Pluto. And Pluto is very transformational. Remember, Pluto is death and rebirth and transformation and big, big changes, and Mars is an activator planet. In fact, Pluto rules Scorpio, which is where the sun is right now and where that new moon is for us on Friday. Pluto is the modern ruler of Scorpio, and Mars is the ancient ruler of Scorpio, and they're opposing one another. So we've got some very deep, intense scorpionic energy going on right now on Sunday. And this is, again, death and rebirth and transformation and change, and that might be in the realm of either our emotions and emotional bodies, or again, in the realm of home and family and our living situations. Also on Sunday, we've got Venus in Sagittarius, ruler of, again, relationships and that sense of liberation and freedom, opposing Jupiter, planet of belief systems and our philosophies in life, in Gemini, which is also a mental sign of the zodiac. So there's a lot going on here with our perceptions and perspectives and belief systems in regards to relationships, partnerships, money, finances, and maybe our sense of, again, independence, freedom, liberation, adventure, new horizons regarding those areas of our life. And so it's all this shifting of perspective, glass half full rather than glass half empty. After Venus opposes Jupiter, she's going to make a positive connection to Chiron, the wounded healer. So Venus and Sagittarius making a trine to Chiron, which is bringing in some healing in different areas that Venus is related to: self-worth, self-value, relationships, finances. And then last but not least, we have Mars the warrior moving out of Cancer and into the sign of Leo. Now, this is another interesting thing because Mars is going to be in Leo until January of 2025, and then again in April of 2025, because it's going to also turn into a retrograde motion pretty soon. And when it does, it's only going to go up to, I think, 5 or 6 degrees of Leo, the very first few degrees. And when it retrogrades, it's going to retrograde back into Cancer, water sign Cancer, for a time, allowing us to continue to put our energy into home and family matters or situations. And that Leo part, with it kind of dipping into Leo first, Leo likes to have fun. Leo likes to be seen. Leo likes to be appreciated. Leo rules the heart chakra, so it's activating more heart chakra energies for us. And I'm sure there's a lot more going on than that. We'll probably talk about that a little bit more in the monthly intuitive energy forecast for the month of November. So make sure you watch that as well. So that's what's going on astrologically. Let's go ahead and take a look at the messages from our angels and guides. Again, we have lots of cards. I was told when I was shuffling and getting ready for choosing the cards for this week, and really what they usually do is they just kind of fall out. But I was told that we're going to do 2 cards, 2 cards, and 2 cards, and each one was like a different theme. So they might not necessarily all gel together, all 6 cards. But because we have a lot going on astrologically this week, there was like 3 themes that our angels and guides wanted to talk about. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first 2 cards. So the first card is Major Arcana 7. Now in the traditional deck, this is the Chariot card, but in this deck it's called Triumph. And the other difference with Triumph versus the Chariot, they both have horses. But in the Chariot card, we have a person in an actual chariot, and the chariot is being pulled by 2 horses. Usually one is white and one is black, and you can see that the horses are slightly moving in a little bit 2 different angles or 2 different directions. But with this card in the Psychic Tarot, we only have 1 horse, 1 rider, right on the horse. So it's more of this idea of moving forward, right? It's not like the traditional chariot where we have to bring the energies into alignment in order to move forward in a beneficial way. This is just 1 horse, and so it's just moving forward in one direction. We've got a red flag, and now red is the color of the root chakra, so we're moving forward with energies of security, stability, a sense of being grounded. The idea of this being labeled triumph means whatever this is about, whatever we're moving forward towards, we're going to be successful. We're going to be triumphant. We're going to be victorious here, right? And again, the red is energy, action, and forward movement. And you can see that he's probably moving at a pretty quick pace because his hair is kind of flying in the wind there. So he might actually be kind of like galloping forward. So he's moving fast. He's moving quick. And so let's see what card comes out with this as far as the theme for the week for this. Okay, so the card that comes out is the 7 of Physical. This might be likened to the 7 of Pentacles in the traditional tarot, but the 7 of Physical, it actually says patience and planning. Patience and planning. And so it's interesting that we have this rider moving forward. Again, red is the color of Mars, right? The warrior, fast forward movement and being victorious and successful. But we have to have a little bit of patience. Again, this red color keeps coming up. So issues of stability, security. This could be financial security, emotional security. This could be stability within home and family, stability within our finances. So there's a lot of different ways to look at this red color of the root chakra with the stability, but we have to have a little bit of patience. We have to make a plan. We have to have a strategy. We have to, take our time. And so it's like we might want to move fast and furious. We might want to gallop forward headlong into this new energy, this vital energy. But our angels and guides are saying to just maybe slow down a little bit. Move a little bit more slowly. Make sure you're looking at all the details. You're looking at all the possibilities of the direction you can go in. Again, make that plan and have patience as you're moving forward. And I think this is partly, at least, this idea of Mars, the warrior planet, the planet of energy, action, and forward movement, moving into Leo at the end of this week, but getting ready. It's slowing down already to turn retrograde. And when it turns retrograde, we're going to be internalizing that energy, and we're going to need to slow down a little bit because there's something that we have to review, revise, sort of like Mercury retrograde, right? We think of Mercury retrograde, reviewing, revising. Well, with Mars going retrograde, we're slowing down long enough to pay attention to all the details, to not move so fast that we're missing something important. We might have to redo something or go over something, right? And so this is saying, yes, we're moving forward, but we might have to slow down a little bit. We're still going to be victorious and successful in the end. We're going to be triumphant in the end with wherever it is we're trying to go, in relationships, with money and finances, in our career, with our own self-healing. So just be patient. Don't feel like you're trying to win a race here. This is kind of like, rather than sprinting, we're in a long distance race, right? We're pacing ourselves, and we're going to make it to the finish line. We just have to pace ourselves in order to get there in the most successful way. So that's theme number 1. Let's see what theme number 2 is. So the first of the next 2 cards, this is Major Arcana 20. In this deck, it's called Truth. Now, in the traditional tarot, this is the Judgment card, okay? And the Judgment card, this can be relating to some past life stuff. It can be relating to like what comes around goes around, the idea of karma balancing itself. And we actually have a person on a scale, right? They're on one side of the scale. Here's the other side of the scale over here. So it's like it is the weighing of their karmic truth, the weighing of the karmic scales here. Are you living in your authentic truth? I feel like this is definitely part of this message here. And it does go back to some past life patterns that you might have carried forward into this lifetime. Now, because this is called the Judgment card, we have to be careful not to be judgmental of ourselves, to be too hard on ourselves, or to be too hard on other people or judge them, because we're all souls going through our lessons. These lessons, again, are connected to childhood. It's connected to past lives. It's connected to, things that we've brought forward from other lifetimes and other places into this life. And part of it, again, is owning our power and living in our authentic truth here. Let's see what card came out with this card here, the Truth card. Okay, so this is the 9 of Spiritual. This would be like the 9 of Wands in the traditional tarot. The 9 of Spiritual here says spiritual strength. Now, I just feel like this has a really different feeling than the 9 of Wands, right? The 9 of Wands, the person's maybe been battling or trying to get to a particular place. They're nearing the end of the journey, but they're tired. This one, though, this has a very spiritual feel to it, because we have like a guide, a Buddha guide behind this person, all dressed in green. The Buddha is green. So there's a lot here that deals with healing, heart chakra healing, or healing even of the physical body as well as the emotional body. And this person almost looks like a spiritual or religious figure of sorts, but they've got the protection, they've got the guidance, they've got the Buddha energy behind them, lifting up and away these challenges. So whatever we've been battling against or challenged by, we've got spiritual guidance, protection from our angels and guides that are lifting these burdens, if you will, up and away from us. They're assisting us. Call them in, right? We have the spiritual strength to get through whatever it is we're going through, whatever situation you're going through. You have the spiritual strength to get through, but call on your angels and guides for assistance and help. And a lot of this, again, has to do with some past life, karmic patterns, some karmic scale balancing going on, taking back your power, owning your power, and living in your authentic truth, okay? So again, this is theme number 2. And then let's look at the last theme. The first card is, we got lots of Major Arcana this week. So Major Arcana 6, this is called Harmony. In the traditional tarot, this is the Lover's card. So this might be highlighting the relationship matters. If it's not relationship with a friend or a lover or a parent, this can also be relationship with yourself. The 2 aspects, your divine feminine and your divine masculine within yourself. It could also be the relationship between you and a higher power, and making sure that you're kind of merged with and connected with that higher power, or connected with your higher soul self. And this is a very loving and harmonious kind of picture, right? We want things to be balanced, harmonious, mutually supportive and equal, whether that be, again, in a relationship with another or in our own relationship with ourselves. Sometimes the Lover's card in the traditional deck can be about needing to make a choice. Often the choice is about a relationship matter. Do I want to stay or do I want to go? Or if you're single, do I want another partner in my life? Am I ready for that? Or am I content being single and just being merged with and connected to and in relationship with myself? So there could be choices within other situations in life as well. But whether this is a relationship thing or a choice or a decision that needs to be made, let's see what comes out with this card. Okay, another major arcana. This is major arcana 1, and in this deck it's called awareness. This is the Magician card. So here we've got a circle around the crown chakra. It's even partially around the third eye chakra. So this is higher vision, higher wisdom, higher knowledge, aha moment, that higher awareness, the reflection on downloads of information and guidance from the universe that's coming in. So just like the word says here, awareness, we're having higher awareness about our relationship dynamics. We're having higher awareness of the need to be balanced within ourselves and our own divine feminine and divine masculine. We're having higher awareness of connecting with source and that we're co-creator with a higher, source, universe, God, goddess, whatever it is that you want to term that energy outside of you. And that it's all about relationships, having the awareness of the different relationship patterns that we're playing out with one another, whether it's, again, a romantic relationship, friendship, teacher-student, family. We're having more aha moments and revelations that are coming in like, oh, I did play a part in this, right? There was a lot of challenge here. And yes, this person I have to have better boundaries with, or I needed to be more in my power or speak my authentic truth a little bit better. But I also played a part in this, right? So we're looking at all aspects in these relationships with self and others. And we're having, again, this higher awareness that's kind of taking place and happening. So that's the third theme. Let's go ahead and see what message you have depending on your stone of choice. And this deck, unlike other divination decks, it only has 22 cards because it's just the archangels. We have there's many more archangels than 22, but this has 22 archangels. And I thought, well, let's just see what archangel is your guiding archangel for the week and what your guiding message is from the archangel for the week. So the first stone of choice was the Dragon's Blood Jasper. So special message for Dragon's Blood Jasper. Dragon's Blood Jasper. This one's calling my attention right here. So it's Archangel Metatron, and it says heaven to earth. Let's see what it says at the bottom. It says your current situation is in alignment with your mission on earth. Your current situation is in alignment with your mission on earth. So whatever the situation or circumstance that you're currently going through, that you might have a question about, that you're trying to heal or move through, might be relationship, might be career, might be financial, might be health. There's a connection here with the heaven to earth kind of thing. Archangel Metatron is one of the 2 archangels that had an earthly existence. He's actually the overseer of the Akashic Records realm as well. So maybe this is about tapping into, with Archangel Metatron's help, your own Akashic Records to understand that mission. And I think beyond the word mission, it's about understanding our past lives as well, and that past life karma, the past life patterns, going back to this judgment card or this truth card. I feel like this has a lot to do with the understanding of that, these past experiences that we've had, and knowing that as we are as a soul in the spiritually heavenly realm, in other words, when we're not incarnated in a physical body, that perfection, that love, that beauty, that compassion that we live in the spiritual realm, we can have that on earth, right? Heaven to earth. We can bring that down into our earthly existence, and we can live through the unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, caring, nurturing of that spiritually heavenly realm. And again, that connection with past lives, old lessons, experiences with other souls. I think that this is going to help you understand yourself better, understand the lessons that you chose better, help you to then better operate in the situation or situations that you're going through in your life. So your guiding archangel is Archangel Metatron. Let's go ahead and take a look at the message for the dark jade people. So dark jade people, special message for dark jade. This one's calling my attention. This is Seraphiel. This is not an archangel we hear about as often, right? And Archangel Seraphiel says, heart of devotion. At the bottom it says, let the cup of your heart be filled through commitment and dedication. Let the cup of your heart be filled through commitment and dedication. So commit to your healing and growth and evolution. Be dedicated on the path that you're on, whether that's your mission or whether that's your healing journey. Be dedicated to bringing healing. And how do we do that? With Seraphiel, we're going to open up that heart chakra. There's a lot of kind of this mauve and pink, purpley pink kind of energy, a very soft feminine feeling with Seraphiel. So this is all about opening to the divine feminine. Again, that heart chakra, unconditional love, compassion, forgiveness, self-love, self-compassion, self-forgiveness. And this is being, again, on this journey of self-healing, on this journey of who am I as a spiritual light worker, okay? Beyond the self-healing, what is my mission out in the world? And how do I bring this love out into the world? How do I bring this healing out into the world? How can I be more dedicated to my truth as an unconditionally loving soul, as that divine feminine, soft sort of goddess energy, this heart of devotion, right? All right, let's put that back in the deck. And then our last stone of choice was the ruby zoisite. So special message for ruby zoisite people. This one's calling my attention. Has another feeling like Seraphiel, but this is Archangel Hope, right? Still that pinky and purpley kind of feeling. And with Archangel Hope, it says authentic reclamation. Authentic reclamation. And it says, it's time to call back all of the lost parts of yourself. That's so with this new moon in Scorpio, right? The new moon in Scorpio, death and rebirth, transformation, regeneration, some of these other astrological things going on this week. We're taking back our power. We're calling back those lost and traumatized pieces of ourself that might have, I don't know if I want to say split off, but when there's trauma, right? And whether it's trauma in this life, let's say it's trauma in our childhood on some level, or from other lifetimes, right? These aspects of ourselves that goes through this traumatic time, sometimes they go and hide and like the inner child goes to hide and run away and finds a place of safety. There's been a lot of past life regression or this life regression hypnosis sessions that I've done where we've had to find where the inner child went during that traumatic experience, whatever that might be, and call that piece of ourselves back, to give that child piece of ourselves, or even if it's an adult piece of ourselves, to give that love and to say it's okay. This happened long ago. It's not happening now. It's a different time now. It's a different place. You're different now. When we need that piece of ourselves to come back so that we can be healthy, balanced, and whole again. So this is part of that authentic reclamation, and even that idea of hope and faith, right? With Archangel Hope. So have that hope, have that light, be authentic, and reclaim through authentic reclamation, reclaim those parts of yourself that are, I don't know if I want to say lost or scared or hurt. It's time for them to come back so we can be made whole again. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning into the weekly. Make sure again that you watch the monthly intuitive energy forecast for the month of November. And I look forward to seeing you all again next week for the next weekly. Sending you all lots of love and light, everyone. Namaste.